Hello and welcome to Beads Make Me Happy, brought to you by Capital City Beads. My name is Christina, and this is the video tutorial for our Tapestry hoop earrings in electric fuchsia olive mustard. In your kit, you will have all of the beads, wire, and findings needed to create one pair of Tapestry hoops. Keep this postcard insert handy as a guide to see which beads come next. You can also use it as a reference for the bead counts. We are going to start by lining our bead piles in order from bottom of the hoop to the top of the hoop, starting with the purple size 11 check glass beads, the blue-green size 8 check glass beads, the olive size 11 two-cut beads, 3mm fuchsia fire polish beads, and then followed by the size 11 Miyuki beads in mustard, and the matte black and matte champagne size 11 delicas. You will also have two 40mm brass circle rings. This is what the beads are going to be attached to, and a pair of 14-karat gold-filled hypoallergenic ear wires. We will be attaching the beads to this frame with 26-gauge round craft wire. Tools are not included in the kit. You will need a pair of needle nose pliers that are completely smooth on the inside, no teeth, and a pair of wire cutters. We're going to start by cutting our wire. We need 18 inches for one earring. You can go ahead and cut the piece in your kit in half. Be really careful when you're unwinding it. If it starts to kink, just gently undo that loop and straighten it out. Don't pull that too tight or that kink could potentially break your wire. Since I'm filming a tutorial and you need to see what I'm doing, I'm going to be doing this right on top of my bead mat. But as you work through this project, I suggest sitting back away from your beads and coiling off your bead mat. The wire is really springy and I have flung beads all the way across the room because this wire will whack them and throw them across the room and they will be gone forever. So if you have the space to do it, keep the beads kind of to the side, and then as you coil, move back and coil it away from your bead piles. Once you've got your 18 inches ready to go, we're going to start by attaching it to the ring. We're going to coil it onto the frame with the coils going down to the bottom of the hoop. To do this, lay the end of the wire on top of the frame and leave about an inch of a tail. Push that tail under the wire and tightly wrap it around and back up. Do this 3 times, tightly coiling the wire around the frame. Try not to cross your coils over each other. You want the wire to line up one coil after the other. Snip off the excess wire and scoot your coil down a bit. Use your needle nose pliers to smooth out the wire where you just snipped the excess. It may be pointing out a little bit and you can gently pinch it to smooth it onto the wire. You can also use the sides of the plier to scooch the coils together to make them look nice and clean. We need that longer piece of wire to be lined up within the circle. Pull it back and move it into place. You can use your pincher fingers to smooth it out and get it ready for that first row of beads. This wire is a little springy, so I moved everything out of the way so it doesn't get caught on anything on my bead mat. Now that your wire is attached and in place, we can string on our first set of beads. We're going to be starting with the purple size 11 beads, and you're going to need 18 for this first row. So string on 18 size 11 purple beads. Before you attach, double check that you have 18 and move them down the wire and lay them across the inside of the frame. This is the point where you can decide how dramatic you want that arch to be. For this design, we're going with a more subtle bend. Once positioned with no excess wire on either side, coil the wire around the frame 3 times. This should be going up the frame away from the beads. Go ahead and wrap it around once. Pull really tight and gently pull that wire through the frame. Try not to get it kinked. If it does kink, undo that kink before continuing. Wrap it around 3 times, and on that last coil, bring it around the back and get it in position for the next row. Use your fingers to smooth out the wire and give it a gentle little arch. As we move through this project, the beads will be alternating from the front and the back of the frame. Next, we will string on 15 or so size 8 blue-green beads. These beads can vary in size a little bit, so you may end up with more or less than 15 beads. It doesn't really matter how many beads you have on there, as long as they go inside and all the way across with no gaps and no excess. I strung on 15 beads, but you can see there is still a little bit of wire showing on the end, so I'm going to add one more so it fits perfectly from one side of the frame to the other. Once in position, tightly wrap the wire around the frame 3 times, and on that last coil, bring it around the back and get ready for the next row. Gently smooth the wire out with your fingers to straighten the wire and give it a slight bend to get it ready for the next set of beads. Next, we're going to slide on 18 or so size 11 olive green 2-cut beads. These beads have a lot of texture and variety, so start with 18 and then decide if you need to add some or take some away. "18 beads worked out perfectly for me, so I'm going to hold all the beads in place and tightly wrap that coil around the wire frame. Wrap that coil 3 times, and on the last one, bring it around the back. Smooth your wire out and get ready for the next set of beads. Next, you're going to string on 11 3mm fire polish beads. I did add a little bit of extra beads for each one of these colors in your kit, just in case they fling off your wire and fly onto the floor and can never be found again. You don't need to worry too much about the placement of your wire on the sides. I'm kind of adjusting mine here to make sure that I'm getting the spacing correct. But once we're finished, we'll be able to take our needle nose plier to help us scooch and secure all of these rows into place so that they don't move around. Secure those 3mm fire polish beads by wrapping your wire around 3 times. Bring it around the back, straighten it out, and get ready to string on the mustards. Next, we're going to string on 26 or 27 size 11 mustard beads. You can really use any type, size, shape, color bead you can think of for this type of design. As long as the beads have a big enough hole to fit on the wire and they fit within the frame, it will work. The design possibilities are really versatile with this style of wire wrapping. Make sure your beads line up within the frame, and once they're in position, hold on tight and coil that wire around the frame 3 times. Bring your wire around the back and smooth it out with your fingers. This last row of beads is going to be alternating between the black and the off-white delica beads. Starting with the black, String on 29 beads alternating back and forth. Black, white, black, white, black, white. You should be starting on a black and ending on a black. Make sure that you have 29 beads so that you can start and end on the black. Once you've got them in position, coil your wire around the frame 3 times. Trim the excess wire and put it aside. Keep it close by because we are going to use it to create a loop for our ear wire. Use your needle nose plier to smooth out the wire that you just cut. You can also use the side of the pliers to scooch those coils closer together so there are no gaps between them. You can also gently smash the wire onto the frame to help keep the coils from sliding around. Smash is probably too harsh of a word. It's more of a very gentle, soft squeeze. Next, we are going to use that excess wire to create a loop to hook our ear wire into. First, we're going to lay the wire across the top of the frame, leaving a 1-inch tail. This is the same as the beginning of this project. Coil that 1-inch tail around the wire 4 or 5 times. Make sure you do this nice and tight. Pinch your needle nose pliers onto the circle frame right next to that coil. Where you pinch on your pliers determines the size of the loop. Don't go too far down your plier or your loop will be huge. Wrap the wire around the outside of your plier and bring it in front of the hoop earring. Hold that loop in place and tightly coil the wire 5 or 6 times around the frame. You don't want to lose that loop, so make sure you hold it in place with your fingers before you start to coil. You want both of the coils on either side of this loop to be equal so that it looks nice and balanced. Trim the excess wire on both sides and smooth and pinch the coils into place. You may need to slide your coil loop to position it in the center of the hoop. Make sure to pinch those coils tight around the frame to keep this piece from sliding around. Using the pliers, gently twist open the loop of the ear wire to hook it onto the loop we just made. There is technically no front or back to this earring, but I like the side where the fire polish beads are on the front of the wire frame. But you can choose whichever side you like best. Hook that ear wire on and twist that loop back closed, and voila, you have made a tapestry hoop. Go back to the beginning of this video and start your next earring. A link to purchase kits as well as a typed up list of the bead counts can be found in the description of this video. Shop beading kits and colorful DIY jewelry making supplies at beadsmakemehappy.com.